Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all here on YouTube. I'm new here, and to celebrate the release of my channel and also celebrate Ash Ketchum's birthday, I'm starting my very own Pokemon rewrite series. What better way to start it off than with Pokemon the series Black and White? This is something I've been meaning to start for a while now, and it's been in the works since December. I really meant to upload this sooner, but things got in the way, and also it was kind of my own fault. But after a multitude of delays, I'm finally ready to upload part one. So sit back, relax, and let's go. We start off in quite a strange way with 10-year-old Ash Ketchum and his partner Pikachu in a thunderstorm. The two are shocked and try to get away, but lightning surrounds them. They're unsure what to do next when suddenly a cry is heard from the sky, and when they look up, a strange black rock emerges. Ash's confusion raises, but then the rock gets closer and glows brighter until its suddenly meshes with blue electricity, and two eyes are seen, making shocking and confusing Ash even more before any. It's just gonna be gay. Even the rock flashes, and Ash's eyes then open. He looks around and sees himself on a plane, and then remembers that he and his mom were invited by Professor Oak to go to the Unova for a trip. Ash is excited for the trip, but the dream still weighs in the back of his mind, though he decides to think about it later. After seeing a few outside, the plane eventually lands. And Ash, Julia, and Oak are reunited with a friend of it is Professor Juniper, the Unova region's very own professor. And after a little chat, and they get in their car and drive towards Nuvema town. After arriving in the town, they're greeted by two Juniper recognizes, Charon and Bianca, introducing the cancer residents to them. After some quick introductions, they head inside so Professor Juniper can give Charon and Bianca their very first Pokemon. They're introduced to Tepig, a fire type, Oshawott, a water type, and Snivy, a grass type. After thinking over their choices, Charon picks Ivy and Bianca picks Tepig. Oshawott, realizing no one picked him, is completely and utterly depressed, and so Ash and Pikachu go over to comfort the little guy. Charon, interested by Ash, goes over and asks for a battle, saying he wants to test the skills of a trainer from Kanto. Ash, being Ash, happily accepts his challenge, and the two have a one-on-one battle. Pikachu versus Snivy, and unlike Cannon, which was stupid, this battle is completely in Ash's favor. But Trevor tries his best, but Ash outclasses him in everything, and eventually Snivy goes down. Charon's bummed out about his loss, but is also in awe of Ash's strength. Ash thanks him and tells Charon he has potential too, and tells him to grow stronger and they can battle in the future. After this, the others congratulate Ash on his win, and Oshawott runs over and is amazed. But Juniper then thinks that Oshawott might want to go with Ash, revealing to him that Oshawott doesn't like being all alone. Believe they go with a trainer like Ash would help him be more happy. Ash agrees to the quest, and Juniper gives some Oshawott's Pokeball. And with Ash then Oshawott touches the Pokeball, and Ash gets his very first Unova region Pokemon. After this, Charon and Bianca prepare to say bye, promising Ash to meet him again in the future. And with that, the two set off for their own Pokemon journeys. Eventually, Ash was to head off too, after Professor Juniper tells him that closest gym from here is in Striaton City. And so, after saying his goodbyes, Ash and Pikachu head off for their next adventure. We then skip over to what would be the events of episode 2. However, things would play out differently. Instead of mistaking her for a Pokemon, Iris jumps out and startles Ash, but after apologizing, and the two actually headed out pretty quickly. And eventually, if they're bonding some more, we'd eventually get to see what Team Rocket and Ash and Iris, of course, was battle them. Only they don't capture Pikachu this time. Instead, it's a 2v1 Woobat battling Pikachu and Axew. It's actually a skilled train. And combined efforts is enough to send Team Rocket blasting off. Before the video continues, I should probably make one thing clear. Similar to Zanolith, I will not be talking about every single time Team Rocket show up, as I do not want to waste my breath. Let's be fair, that'd be tedious. Idiot. So yeah, they still here and they'll still do their usual thing. I just won't be talking about it every single time unless it's important. After this incident, Iris and Ash go their separate ways. Iris going back to swinging, and Ash continuing on his way to Striaton City. After this, Ash will then arrive in Accumula Town, and this is where we get the similar events in the game. Ash will hear a commotion and go to investigate it, where you would meet Team Plaza for the first time, and their leader gets this, who would tell other people around them about Pokemon liberation, saying Pokemon should live separate from one another, and eventually, their speech, they leave. This enrages Ash, and this only increases when he sees the people around him actually releasing their Pokemon. Pokemon they've been friends for who knows how long. Granted, not everyone does it, but some will still do it. Angering Ash even more when suddenly a man in a black cap with long green hair approaches him, introducing himself as N and says he agrees with Team Plaza completely. The two of them would then argue until N decides they have a battle to sort things out. Ash and Pikachu face off against N and his Sigilith, and the battle once again ends in Ash's favor. Sigil is completely knocked out. N says he'll part ways for now and says he looks forward to seeing Ash in the future. And then he leaves. Ash is confused by this, but before he can do anything else, a noise is heard and he runs over to it. We then see a girl who goes by the name of Hilda and her and Fu. And so, who are getting attacked by an angry Sanda. And it's about to attack them when suddenly Ash steps in to help out, initiating a battle with the Sandile. Ash and Pikachu, despite being at a type disadvantage, still come through, ruining the end, using Pikachu's quick attack and Iron Tail and Ash's unique strategies to pull out the victory. Eventually, Sandile's knocked out, and they go over to help it out. After helping Sandile is more chill now and prepares to leave. But Davenport swearing he'll come back for another battle between him and Pikachu, giving the two a new rival as it digs away. The girl comes over and thanks Ash. He says it's no problem, and they quickly head over to the Pokemon Center to heal their Pokemon. As their Pokemon heal, the two who get to know each other, introducing themselves, but even sharing their dreams with one another. Ash wanting the Unova League to be one step closer to becoming a Pokemon Master, and Hill to wanting to create a team of Pokemon models inspired by an Unova City Gym leader, Elisa. Eventually, their Pokemon are healed, and the two prepare to head out. As Ash continues on his way to Striaton City, Hilda approaches him, asking if she can come along, saying if she wants to create a team of Pokemon models, she's going to need to be in more places aside from her hometown. Ash accepts her request, and the two head off, off together. On their way to Striaton City, the two run into a fireball that shoots in the air. They go over to investigate it and find out it's a wild Darumaka who's struggling to use the move Incinerate. Ash decides to help it, and together with Oshawott and Pikachu, they go on a giant rock and practice. Together, with Ash's instructions and Pikachu and Oshawott's guidance, Darumaka slowly but surely learns and masters Incinerate, and eventually they either destroy the rock as a group. Darumaka is happy with its progress and decides to challenge Ash to a battle to test it out. Ash agrees, however, this time he decides to use Oshawott. Despite the type disadvantage, which Oshawott is struggling, Darumaka is shown to be pretty agile for its size and is quite strong. Right, it even takes Ash's lesson and throws it back at him. But eventually, Oshawott comes out as the victor. Victor and Ash, admiring Darumaka's spirit, decides to catch it, adding his new member to his Unova region party. Hill is impressed by Ash's skill. Hill's ability to connect with wild Pokemon. Ash thanks her, and they head their way over to Striaton City. After a few more days, the duo finally make it there, and after taking some Those with mean food, the two look around to see if they can find the gym, when suddenly a man with green hair approaches them, introducing himself as Silent. And he evaluates Pikachu, who means runs with their trainers. But this confuses it, as Silent introduces himself as a Pokemon connoisseur, confusing as you more as he's never heard of that before. So Silent explains, saying he uses his knowledge and experience to judge the compatibility between Pokemon and their trainers, and then helps them form closer relationships. He also feels as he overheard their conversation as he can help them find the gym, but he leads them to it. After which they all go inside. Alright, but soon it looks like to be a restaurant. This confuses Ash when suddenly a show is put on. Silent reappears with two other guys, revealing themselves to be Chili and Cress, his brothers. All three of them revealing they're the gym leaders of the Striaton Gym. Shocking Ash, he's never seen a gym with three gym leaders. After this, the three of them send out their respective Pokemon and tell Ash that he can battle one of them for his Striaton City Gym match. However, like canon, Ash requests battle all three of them. Three of them for the same reason he said in canon. However, unlike canon, where they said two, which was three one-on-one battles, here this is just Ash of a triple battle if he wants to battle all three of them. After explaining what this is, Ash accepts the challenge, and his first Unova gym battle begins. Now, look, let's be honest, I'm not going to go over all the deals, it'd take forever, but yeah, basically, this battle will totally be a huge problem for Ash. Ash Oshawa and Darumaka is still relatively new to battling. All three of his mons have little to no teamwork experience. The battling style, all three of them and Ash are all completely unfamiliar with. Meanwhile, the brothers are the complete opposite. They excel at this and know exactly what they're doing. So unfortunately, but despite that, Ash knows he still has to come on top. But unfortunately, things start out rough for him as Darumaka is the first to be knocked out. Making a 3v2. But thankfully, Ash still has his skills and strength and unpredictability, and thanks that he manages to knock out Pampor. Although let's be realistic, which is what should have happened in canon. I hate that. That Pikachu's way too powerful to be losing like this. And eventually, Oshawa manages to knock out Panseer. However, things sadly don't. Before Panseer was knocked out, he set up a sunny day, which powered up Age's solar beam, which sadly knocks out Oshawa, making the battle a one-on-one between Pikachu and Pansage. And despite a tough battle, ultimately, Pikachu knocks out Pansage, earning Ash the win. The brothers congratulate Ash on his victory and earn him the trio badge. Ecstatic, Ash thanks them. But eventually has to head to the Pokemon Center with Hilda, with Silent even offering to go with them. The group. After this, we then get the scene where Silent asks questions about his skills and such, when suddenly a big dilemma is a trainer comes running inside. I ask him what for Nurse Joy's help, other Pokemon was put to sleep by a mysterious mist. The group go outside to investigate after a Pokemon are healed up and find big mist falling from the sky. When suddenly two people occurred. Officer Jenny and a woman called Professor Fennell, who's a friend of Professor Juniper's and studies Pokemon dreams and trainers. They, using their partner Pokemon, to deduce the problem is coming from the Dream Yard, and so all five go over to investigate. This is where we get the scene from the game where Team Plasma are kicking a Muna in order to get its Dream Dust. However, but they all don't stand for this and send out their Pokemon in order to stop this. Now they're tough of all out wolf. Or the group managed to defeat Team Plasma, letting them on retreat for now. Muna is now safe. And Professor Vanell and Professor Officer Jenny. So Jenny's are planning to stay to investigate more and send the other three back to the Pokemon Center. And while Muna flies away safely. Anyway, the two thank the kids and eventually We are and back officially. However, unbeknownst to all of them, M Team Rocket arrive on the scene and find a mysterious rock known as the meteorite. Contacting their boss and telling them the first step in Unova takeover is complete. After this incident, it's in silent I had prepared to head back to the gym, and Buddy actually has a request, asking if he can come along with Ash and Hilda, revealing something called the Pokemon Connoisseur Face Off. Pokemon Connoisseur Face Off use their skills to raise their rankings, saying he's A rank and that he wins this one, he'll become an S rank connoisseur. Ash is excited and at listing off their goals, and the tree review of this series is now complete. And that's where we're gonna end this art for now. So what did you all think? Sorry for any of the stutters or mess ups but I still hope you found this enjoyable. Looking forward to part 2, and I hope see you all there. Once again, happy birthday to Ash Ketchum, and I can't wait to see you all in the next part. Bye.